snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hi guys! So today I'm going to be doing a book review, and the book that I'm going to be reviewing is Panic by Lauren Oliver. Now, I read this as part of a read-along. I will put all the links to that down below. I really ended up enjoying this book, and I had no idea what it was about to begin with, so it was definitely a surprise winner for me, and I will tell you guys all about it. So this book, I really didn't have any idea what it was about when I started. All I knew was that there was this game called Panic that happens every year, and if you're 18, I believe, you can enter. You can win a massive cash prize. It happens in this kind of backstreet town that is a little bit run down and there's not really much to do, so winning that amount of money, $67,000, means that you can kind of escape this town and escape the sort of monotony of this boring place and get out into the real world and do something with your life. So it's essentially kind of a ticket out of the town. All the teenagers will play the game to win the cash prize, and then if they win, if they can complete a series of different challenges which are all very sort of death-defying and scary and panic-based, then they have a good chance at winning the grand prize and escaping the town and just having a much better life. But of course it does come with a lot of risk, and it is illegal, and everything is just very much on the edge of panic. So the story is set around these two characters, and it is told from both of their points of view. It alternates each chapter, and that is Heather, who is a young girl who has a drunk and drug-addicted mother, and she's got a younger sister, and she's kind of got a bad life, to be honest. She hasn't got much going for her, and she doesn't have much of a future ahead of her. She's just kind of trapped in this town with this drunk and drug-addicted mother. She just can't really get out of where she lives, and not a very nice place generally, and she just doesn't have very much prospects and future in front of her as it stands, so she has to kind of get out of it, and she plays the game to kind of escape that monotony of her life. And yeah, she just wants to be away from the life that she grew up in because she's not happy where she is. And then the other main character is called Dodge, and Dodge is from a fairly happy family. His mum and sister are quite close to him, and he kind of decides to play Panic because he has a revenge plot that he needs to kind of exact on someone because of something that happened to his sister in Panic a few years before. Something went wrong with her Panic that ended up in her kind of getting very hurt. He wants revenge for what happened to her, so he enters not really for the money but more for revenge, and to make sure that that sort of thing never happens again and that the person responsible gets what they deserve. I really enjoyed this as a whole. I definitely felt like this kind of idea was a really good one. The premise was really strong, and the challenges that they had to participate in were definitely believable, in that if it was a run-down kind of town, then I could definitely see that this could happen. The police force there may not be big enough to kind of control this and stop this, so it's definitely very believable in that respect. On the whole, I thought it was a really well written book. I don't usually read standalones, I tend to prefer series, but for a standalone book it was actually really interesting, very gripping. The whole way through I was kind of on the edge of my seat thinking, oh my goodness, how are they going to do this? How are they going to get through this? What's going to happen next? And it was just very compelling the whole way through. It gripped me and made me want to read on and find out. I did get a little bit panicky, so I think that the title of the book is very apt and the title of the game is very apt. And I would highly recommend this book because, having read Lauren Oliver's Delirium trilogy, I did enjoy it, but I didn't enjoy it anywhere near as much as I enjoyed this book. So this one is a lot better, and if you didn't like Delirium and the trilogy, then this one may be much more up your alley. I definitely felt like this was a step up from that writing. So I just really enjoyed this story. I felt like the panic challenges and the characters were very well developed for the length of the book, and that the whole thing kind of flowed well together. My only slight complaint was that the ending seemed very sudden and kind of cut off, and then there was a sort of epilogue at the end which was kind of a little bit too chirpy for my liking. But yeah, it was good other than that, and I did really enjoy the book. I'd highly recommend it if you like YA and if you like contemporary and if you like kind of like big epic games that you have to make your way through. It does remind me of the Hunger Games because it's kind of like challenges and but it's very different to the Hunger Games as well. It's not got any sort of fantasy elements, it's just set in the real world in America, and it's just really entertaining. So you should definitely check this out if you like that sort of thing, and I would highly recommend it. I ended up giving it a 4-star rating, and it's definitely a really, really good standalone. So if you don't want to commit to a whole series, then this one is perfect. Let me know down below if you guys have read this book, or if you have any ideas about what you think it will be, or just anything you want to chat about this book, then leave it down below. As always, if you're going to leave spoilers, please put spoiler at the top of your comment so that no one gets spoiled, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Me and you gonna have a little chat about books.